The name thistle is often given to prickly plants. The teasel is no exception to this rule, and yet I prefer its common name of bird's bar or Venus's bath. Teasels are very common in rather dry areas where there are no rivers. Here, there is no stream. The reason is quite simple if you remember the name. Bird's bar or Venus's bath, it's a plant that provides water to birds during dry periods. Where there is moisture, very few teasels are seen. The main interest of the teasels is these small basins formed at the axial of the leaves. If you observe a leaf when it rains, a small reservoir forms at the base and the water can stay like that for several days. If it is very dry during the summer, even the slightest morning dew, the droplets slide down the leaf and there is always a little bit of water at the base. So it's very interesting, especially in dry environments, and I'm thinking particularly of insects like bees, for example, but also for birds. The birds come to drink water from the axials of these leaves. This is why it's beneficial to have teasels in a garden if you can't provide water for them. Teasels have quite unique flower buds because they are initially green and gradually color in a small uniform circle. As soon as they start to bloom, it is indeed the bumblebees that come to visit the teasel flowers. You can really tell that it's a plant very rich in nectar, which is an additional reason to have it in your garden. If insects visit the teasels when they are in bloom, when the first small seeds appear, it is the goldfinches with their small beaks that will come to hang under the flower and capture the seeds to sow them, perhaps in a field, along a ditch, and especially in your garden. And in the garden, I also advise you to plant teasels. So here is my method. So you can easily find seeds in stores, but you can also collect these seeds in the fall by picking the tip of a teasel or even more. Hang them upside down at the end of a garden, along a fence, and next year you will have little teasels sprouting in your garden. They will be baths for your birds. And when fully mature, what you get with the teasels are a kind of burrs. Now, there's a particularity. If the birds, the goldfinches, are capable of spreading the seeds, you should also know that deer, wild boars, and in the past, wolves that are reappearing, teasels would cling to their fur and spread like that into the wild. And by lying down and moving around, the teasels were multiplied and are still being multiplied by wild boars or deer. You have enjoyed the teasels as an automatic water source in your garden. You will appreciate them even more as a dried bouquet in a vase in your apartment.